Today we're going to talk about how to install the Smart Lock by SECURAM Touch, the electronic deadbolt. We did a video last week talking about the unboxing of it and what my first impressions are. Today we're going to put it on this door and show you how to do the install and basic overview of how it works. I'm Robert with Acme Locksmith and you're watching Locksmith Recommended. Okay, a couple quick things. The SECURAM Touch can be installed on doors up to 2 inches thick. So most of your residential doors are going to have no problem with this deadbolt. The bolt that comes with the lock can go on 2 3/8 or 2 3/4 inch board doors. So depending on what your backset is, you want to adjust the bolts to accommodate that. Most residential homes are 2 3/8. If you don't know how to get that measurement, you just go from the edge of the door to the center hole, and that'll tell you if it's 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. And then you can just adjust the bolt to the proper setting. Let's go forward with the install. Okay, the first thing I'm going to want to do is get the latch put into the door. Now, the latch does have an indicator on it, which side is up, so you want to make sure that that actually says up and points up when you put it into the door, and that's going to be important for the lock to operate correctly. Once the latch is installed, then I can put on the exterior side of the lock. Now the exterior side of the lock has a cord on it. That cord needs to run underneath the latch that you just put in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to line up this tailpiece, make it vertical, up and down, so it'll go into my latch. And run that wire right underneath, okay? Now this is where the tape in the box comes in handy, because if I let that go, that's going to fall out. So I can tape that to the door so that I can work on everything here on the inside without worrying that that's going to fall out. So it's a nice little thing for them to throw in. And now I can secure the back plate, which goes on the inside of the door, to that. There is an indent on this plate, so it'll go in just like that. You have the little hole in the bottom for the cord to come through. So that's on. That was very easy to do. Now what I want to do at this point is just to make sure that my bolt extracts all the way. And we did a video not too long ago about the importance of that bolt coming out all the way. If this bolt does not go into the frame all the way, if the hole in the frame is not deep enough to take this whole bolt, the electronic smart locks are going to jam. So you want to make sure to check it with the door closed. And does it go into that frame all the way? That's very, very important. This one does. You'll get the little click at the end. You hear that? It's in all the way. You want to make sure that that is the case. If not, go ahead and drill that just a little bit deeper so that bolt goes all the way into the door. Very important. All right, now let's put the back side of the piece on. Basically what you have here is this mounting plate. And inside the battery compartment, there's a little lift, which is a little metal piece which lifts it up so that you can clear these tabs on the back plate. You push this up against the door and then you slide those into those latches right there, and that's what secures it to the inside of the door. It doesn't even require any screws. So it's going to be very easy to do. Step number one is to connect the electronics. You want to make sure that your thumb piece is straight up and down. That makes the tailpiece receiver straight up and down so that you can connect to the tailpiece. There's an arrow on this that points up, so just make sure that arrow is indeed pointed up. Lift that piece up, get it flat against the door, push that down, and it's on. No screws, very easy to do. One of the things we wanted to check is whether or not the footprint of this covered the footprint of the deadbolt that was on the door. Now this door had just been painted, but I could just see right there, right on that little corner, just a tad bit of impression from the paint down below. All right, here's the front of the door. Looks to be the same thing. I've got just right here, right in that corner, I could just see where the old deadbolt was. And right on that corner, get a good shot of it there. I could just see where the old deadbolt was. But other than that, it looks very, very clean. Now, I installed that without putting on the indicator that will tell me whether or not the door is open or closed. If I want to tell whether or not the door is open or closed, there's one additional step I need to do before I put that on. But I'm just installing the lock. I'm going to show you how to use it. And when we talk about the features of the app, because you only get that capability of telling whether or not the door is open or closed when you use the app, then I'll show you how to enable that, okay? So next we just got to put the batteries in. And I don't know if you heard it, but as soon as I put the batteries in, it said welcome. So you know that the batteries have been placed in correctly. Once you have the batteries in, you need to lock and unlock this 3 times, and that serves as a calibration for the lock. Okay, so you want to make sure to do that little step. A lot of the electronic smart locks do the calibration automatically. This one wants you to do it 3 times. Now you hear it say locked when I closed it. Now it knows which way it's handed and it's ready to go. Locked. Now I want to just quickly show you basic locking and unlocking of this door just with a pin code because I haven't done any programming yet. In the video we're going to show next, it's going to show you how to do the programming, so make sure you watch that if you're interested in doing that. To lock the door, you can just hit the check mark. Locked. My door is now locked. Gave me the voice indication that it was locked, which is nice to do. The default code for this is 123456, so that should get me in. And I'm now into the home. So that's how you do the install of the SECURAM Touch. And in the next video, we're going to show you how to program that lock. So be sure to turn on notifications if you want to be notified when we post new videos. I'm Robert with Acme Locksmith. You're watching Locksmith Recommended.